Gets it back. Working away and making a little headway there, and that was a little forceful by Otavio.
Yeah, it's a good decision. Looked like the referee was going to wave play on there, but certainly a little body check, and I think they'll be really pleased with the start. They've stopped Al Nassr from making any headway really towards their goal, and they've had plenty of possession, yet to land a punch themselves, but some good technical players getting on the ball. Looks like a 4-4-1-1, as you said, Paul, so the impetus is on those two wide players to work really hard.
Nassr got down the right, and there he was again, Sayoud, appearing late, driving on from midfield, and they're just struggling to pick him up a little bit, I think, Nassr.
Yeah, a few problems, I think, early stages, only 6 minutes in, but yeah, just early sparring, but Nassr, if they didn't already feel it, looks like they could have a game on their hands. I always like it when, yes, the team's going to be deep set and they're going to have to give up a lot of the ball, but to have the two up, I think, shows the intent, doesn't it? A big old-fashioned target man with a little intricate, diminutive player nipping in and around him. Hopefully, that could be the key to a good game.
Tennis. Dropped off for Otavio. What have you made of the tempo to these fixtures? I know about the quality of the individuals. Sam, in the early weeks of the season, watching this league,
it slows, doesn't it? I think in the second half, when fatigue sets in, and obviously the benches have been utilised quite early, that's probably a case of some of the players that have come from different leagues getting up to speed. That will probably extend the amount of minutes that the players can play from the off, but at the moment, absolutely, the coach is having to utilise everything they've got in reserve. So we'll see how it transpires as the season plays out.
Al-Dosari picked up by Roldan for the first yellow of the day, or evening, I should say. He's been part of the furniture here for a few years, and their level of performance is admirable, really. Raed, year in, year out, just taking the last 6 seasons, 8th, 6th, 10th, 7th, and 10th again last season. So the very thought that they're looking over their shoulder in the opening weeks of this season is rather unusual. They could even be in the relegation spots come the end of this weekend. They are making a bit of headway down this right-hand side, Al Nassr. Once or twice, I think the term is getting the overload, Sam, and they've done that quite effectively, the visitors, early on.
Yeah, Al-Hanam's position, his starting position, is very high on the right-hand side. I've really enjoyed watching him so far this season. The relationship with Mane is developing game after game. Mane likes to float in field, we know that, and almost become a second striker, get in between the posts. And Al-Hanam is a very, very modern fullback.
Short to Moreira. Tavares. Telles across the front of Fuzea. Al-Hanam again tucking in. A little bit of a liberty diving in there, Al-Hanam. Ozovic eventually saw off the threat, but it's given away on the edge of the box then by Otavio. Might have been worth a hit from that range. Instead, the goalkeeper comes out, Al-Kidi, and drops upon it. Ronaldo bundled over. Seek and destroy on the halfway line.
Don't mind that. I think they've been quite aggressive from the outset. I think that's probably the key to getting a foothold in the game initially. You were right there, Paul. It was an opportunity to strike, wasn't it? Midfield player in a nice bit of space. Otavio taking liberties, really. A little nutmeg 30 yards from his own goal. They're the type of mistakes that could lead to this becoming a real uphill battle.
them again. Vichy in retreat, still managed well, kept his composure well. Now Saïd again, seeing a lot of ball early on. So to the keeper, Moreira. Had a brief spell at Aston Villa in England. Only a backup even then. Time comes for any goalkeeper. He's got to start starting the game, Sam, I think, regularly. That's the position he found himself in. Now, in a good position here for Zaire. In space, drives into the box. Possibilities on the back post. It's going to drift wide. Zaire didn't give up on it. And just as well that Al-Akidi stayed awake there, the goalkeeper.
The first real attack with proper purpose there, and it was a wonderful ball in. That's so difficult when the ball's running towards the byline to dig out the perfect cross. It was flighted beautifully, and the header just wasn't to match the cross. But again, an early warning sign.
Quite a combative affair early on, and they're winning plenty of ball in the middle of the park, using it quite well on occasion. For Zed, loads of space here, Sam.
Yeah, Tellez just stepped out, didn't he? Tried to intercept it. Left Fuzer with a lovely little bit of space down the right-hand side. And as I said, that's an exceptional delivery. Just didn't get the header, really, that he deserved from Saïd. Tough to score, but maybe if he looked square, Tavares was pretty well positioned.
Well played, Nawaf Al-Akidi in goal. Language no barrier, of course, for Tellez and Luis Castro. Heavy Portuguese flavour in this Al Nassr team, including Otavio. Put it on a couple of people in the early moments, didn't he? A bit of payback going on there, I think, against the former Porto man. As a substitute against Slovakia and Luxembourg over the last 10 days for Portugal. Tellez. Sharper in the pass there. Otavio back in the middle of it all. Saïd is run off it by this very talented wide player. You were quite right to point him out to our viewers before the kick-off. It's not all about the Galacticos. Abdulrahman Garib. And what would it be like, I wonder, Sam, for a player like that to wake up every morning and think, I'm going to work with Mane, Ronaldo, Brozovic. How fantastic.
Yeah, something probably that's not been spoken about for the young players, the people that are making their way in this exciting league as it is at the moment. To see these names coming in, yeah, I mean, and it strikes me that they've signed some brilliant characters as well for the criticism that Ronaldo has had in various circles. I think the majority of the players that have played with him say that he's a pretty happy-go-lucky character.
Happier when he's scoring goals, so you're not going to see a smile right here for a minute.
Yeah, first time he's been afforded a little bit of space, which is surprising. I think they've actually condensed the game quite well to begin with. I think you need to apply pressure, be aggressive with him, make him play backwards, essentially, but able to get turned there, and we know that he's capable. Just snatched at that one somewhat.
I think the apology was for Brozovic, who made a very enterprising run past him. He only apologises to you, apparently, if he respects you as a player. So that's a good little sign as well. Again, winning their fair share of it. Raed. Sunbul. Nowhere to go there, really. And he doesn't get anything. Mane. They're still complaining that they should have had a free kick the other way there, Sam. What was your view?
I think it was, yeah. Sunbul had nowhere to go, as you said, running towards the touchline, but I think he kidded in the Al Nassr player. There was contact, looked like a foul to me, so that one definitely was. Oh man, with the challenge wrong side of Mane, who has been incredibly quiet 15 minutes in, hardly said his name, and that right-hand side has been profitable for Al Nassr since the start of the season.
Brozovic and Tellez debate it. Brozovic takes it. It's a little bit flat. Raed, second time. Come out to Brozovic again. This is Mane. Ronaldo onto the penalty spot, looking to make a darting run. I don't think Mane saw him. He went on his own merry way, and he got the shot off. What a good hit it was, and a nice strong riposte from the keeper there, Moreira, even if he didn't catch it.
Terrific play. It looked like they were well set, actually. Norman was back in, helping his fullback out, essentially. Good work from the defensive midfielder, but then just got kidded by a little bit of beautiful footwork from Mane. Opened up the opportunity to strike. Too hot to take in for the goalkeeper, but a good save no less.
Nobody's idea of a backup striker, of course, Mane. Not far behind Ronaldo, early season in the goal-scoring stakes. Air on it from Tellez into Mane, and he tried to guide it at that far post, I think.
Doesn't get much better than that delivery from Tellez. I think he'd gone a fraction too early. He actually pointed where he wanted the ball, in behind Wahishi, and just couldn't extend that right leg to finish. This was the previous bit of play down the right-hand side. That's wonderful. The stinging drive, left-footed. Moreira does well, actually, to push that aside anywhere down around the 6-yard box penalty spot. That probably gets gobbled up. It's good goalkeeping.
And it was moving, more than I actually appreciated from the main camera angle. Now something to do for the other goalkeeper. He's slow to get there. Tavares was on his way past him, but he's missed the target as well.
What a chance. It's a brilliant ball, actually. It's beautifully played into the space and doesn't get any bend on the ball. It's the right finish, I think. Right foot, curl it into that far post, and the deviation, it's side spin, taking it away from the post. It's the contact is poor. It's golden chance.
Golden chance for his team. Golden chance to make a headline for himself, Tavares. Called upon today by Jovicevic with El Bakari, who's been a very reliable goal scorer, out of form, and apparently struggling for confidence early on. Only on the bench today. In fact, in only one fixture have they actually scored so far this season, and that was in the 3-1 win over Raed. A little bit short. Vichy keen to make amends, and did so. Great read by Laporte. Brozovic. Otavio looking for his right back on the move. Token appeal by Adhanom for a corner there, but I don't think there was any hope in that.
Tough pass to execute in the end. But you're right to highlight Laporte stepping out there. The physical specimen, the anticipation. And when you're playing against, in essence, lesser players than he's been used to in the last couple of seasons, I think that dominance is just going to come to the fore, especially when he gets fitter and fitter. It's difficult for Al Raed to get up the pitch naturally if he's defending in that kind of manner.
Brushed Tavares aside there, didn't he? Jimmy, Al-Khabari, Tellez, Ronaldo. One back fair and square. Brozovic. Otavio. Again, the first thought was to look for the right back. Al-Khabari. Brozovic. Stop the cross. We heard the cry from, I think it must have been from Jovicevic for Al Raed. They did eventually stop the cross. And now they win the ball back. Sayoud again, trying to drive forward. Tavares spearing through the middle. Not really a pass he could make, but the next best was to win a free kick, which he has done.
Difficult pass to engineer through for Tavares. Probably would have been offside, so this is the best he could have achieved, really. It's a wonderful little pirouette, and it gets the foul. There's definite contact there. I think it was Akabari who actually gave the ball away in the middle of the pitch. Tavares actually read it really well. Wasn't closing with real intensity, but stuck out a leg and they were in business.
I'll make that 5 in this wall here. Tavares stands just in front of them. Left-footed. He's done some good things in the game, really. Probably entitled to have a go, Sayoud, but never threatening.
No, interestingly, because Fouzet would have been better placed, wouldn't he, with the right foot, standing to the left of the ball, but Sayoud, as you said, has started the game well. Tried to whip it top left, but yeah, not this time.
Sadio Mane. Norman in front of him, scurrying away in the middle of the park. Won it back quite comfortably, actually. There's Norman. Long for Moreira. Put his head on it. There's nothing like a player with something to prove, and I think coming out here, Telles is probably a player with quite a lot to prove at this stage in his career. It can drift away for him, or he can go and become a big success story. Here's Sam in a side packed with stellar names, and of course not just trophies to win it in Saudi Arabia, but they started their Asian Champions League campaign in midweek. Veteran of the UEFA Champions League, of course, Telles, from his time at Porto.
Came to Manchester United with such a big reputation. I've seen Conan play in this position for Al Nassr already this season, and he gives them a lot going forward, so probably not a given that they play every game.
Should be a goal kick, is. Double teaming, and it's working on El Gharib, keeping him quiet. Fouzet. Back by Norman. About a quarter of the way through this contest, and the Raed support growing in a little bit of confidence here. The way they've played, the way they've denied Al Nassr. Just that one save for Moreira of consequence, the home goalkeeper. Brozovic. Were he not here, he could have been playing in the Milan derby this evening in Serie A in Italy. Chavio. Khanam waited. Tries to pick up speed. Well defended again. Would you agree, Sam? It looks like that's a move they've tried to work on, countering Al Raed in the run-up to this game, bearing in mind they've had a lot of their first-team players available to them. Down the side goes Fouzet into the opposition box. He took too long over that. Laporte came across.
Yeah, Laporte just about applied enough pressure, but I think Fouzet has to do things quicker. Yeah, looks in an offside position in any case, but has a touch. Yes, he's lacking in support, but that has to go square and just hope that Tavares can make up the distance.
Not quite the entire distance of the Russian Saudi Pro League between these two, but one side looking down at the start of this weekend. Raed on 4 points. We're in 15th. With a win, Al Nassr will be into double figures, and they've got to think about winning this, because given the way they dropped the points in the early weeks, remembering Al Hilal, 6 games played, unbeaten, 16 points, and Al Ittihad just behind them. They're setting a very, very fast pace, but don't tell the Al Nassr public that. I guess they'll hope to reel them in as the season goes along. Time for a drinks break. Your reflections overall, please, Sam.
Really good start from Al Raed. I have to say they look organised, defending in that 4-4-2. Can be difficult to breach. That said, Al Nassr, I think their fluidity, the rotation is pretty clever. Otavio for one. Yes, he's listed as a number 10, but I think his instruction is to go wherever you want. If you want to go short, deep, get up the ball to try and prize the opponent open, you do that. Mane, spoke about him coming in field. Those two, I think, always on the move, are going to continue to keep you make problems for Al Raed, and that's probably the conversation that's going on there between coach and players. But from a defensive standpoint, they've done pretty much everything that would have been asked of them. It's just having that little bit of quality, a little bit of belief. In the
hell, and I never want to go back. I've been told that hope could be just what my goal lack. I ain't got no time for these cold cats. A new roadmap, get your old facts. They got no class. While I hold tack, my heart grown black, so I close that. And with a smoke clap, that's an old snap. They get broke stack, but where the hope back? And when my growth that, been a slow stack. Rap so deep, get a soul tap. I ain't catch no sleep, that's a throwback. I say no at, don't let me hold that. On the clean knob, they got no raps. When I hold back, I get sold that. Same old cold with no flash. I mean no light, the pain cut so deep and with no knife. Ain't got no sight, keep it roll tight. Been a slow fight, but I know right from wrong. When I see it, it's so nice. Wanna see me vote, but I won't hold spite. Giving all that living with no bite. I said lift that grip, it's so right.
With a football, I just don't understand how he doesn't. He's on the start line here, wanting to have an attack up on any ball played short by the goalkeeper. Squeezes on, and that takes a lot of nerve to do what Al Raed have just done, but they did it quite well. Al Dosani. This time from Moreira. Teles. Jose wasn't holding back there. What was your view of that challenge, Sam?
A little clumsy, I think, nothing more. Yeah, certainly both players looking a little bit of trouble. I think there's been a good variation, actually, in the setup from both teams. Al Raed have played short when it's been on, but he's not been deterred, the goalkeeper, from playing long towards Tavares on occasions, and that's what you want to see. And I think with Al Nassr's setup as well, they know where their strength lies. It's probably getting it to their ball players, Otavio, Brozovic, and then trying to circulate the ball and get it into the forward player. So neither team, I suppose, obsessed with playing out, playing square, and being really laborious in their build-up. It's been a good watch on that front.
Looks able to continuing here into his 5th season. Al Raed. with that. It's reached Sadio Mane. She kept cool really well there. To take on all comers, and now Raed on the other side. Tavares through the middle, had to stop for it, but he's got Sunbel on his outside, and here he is. Misses the target, that's the top and bottom of that.
Another really well-fashioned opportunity. Just taking liberties a little bit, Tellez once more. I thought this was clever from Tavares. He recognised he probably doesn't have the athleticism to get beyond the back line. It's a nice little set, perfect for the strong foot of Sunbel arriving. That's poor, actually, isn't it? It's a good sight of goal. I thought it was a more acute angle than that. It has to go back across the goalkeeper.
Big problem here for the home side, of course, is that they don't have strikers who've been hitting the net this season. A little cheap, the free kick, perhaps, given away.
See there, he just doesn't wrap his left foot around it. That's a very presentable opportunity, hence the facial expression of his coach.
I haven't seen a free kick from this side so far this evening for Al Nassr. It's the same two over it. Brozovic going to leave it for the left peg of Tellez. Not a great one. Brozovic, Tellez again, has made room cleverly, crosses earlier, Aldo was hunting for that, very well defended. Coolly done by Aldo Sani. Chest of Tavares almost worked out for Raed. Damage. Gonzalez, true to type, wasn't holding back there.
Otavio had given it up, maybe an early shout there from Gonzalez. Could have just taken it down, couldn't he? But I think such as his mindset, just wants to go and compete and be aggressive. So Norman takes one for the team.
One or two of the other younger coaches in this league, Jovicevic. I'm thinking particularly of Matthias Jesler. Apparently he's a very good young player who had to quit the game very early indeed, Sammy. He went from Dinamo Zagreb to Real Madrid as a 17-year-old, and they had high hopes of him. Thinking of people like Robert Prozinecki, who made that journey before him. And it never happened, I'm afraid, because of a bad injury. He laboured on for a while, playing until he decided that he should turn to coaching. Very similar story to Matthias Jesler.
Yeah, it feels like a well-trodden route now, but yeah, I think a lot of players do get lost, don't they, if their career gets finished prematurely by injury. It would seem the most sensible route, but I suppose it's getting that opportunity straight away, it's learning, someone seeing something in you. I think that happens quite a lot, doesn't it? Managers working with a player, probably giving them the guidance and the support that, do you know what, you could make a fist of being a coach here.
And do you think it happens more now than when you were playing, which is maybe 10, 12, 15 years ago?
I think so, yeah, because there's not the, I suppose, necessity to have had that top-level career, which maybe there once was, or I think now there's more of an acceptance that football has moved on.
Absolutely right. Look at the man in the other dugout, Castro. He was an academic for a few years.
Maurizio Sarri always jumps out there as well. Good example of someone who had a completely polar opposite career for a number of years and achieved so much. Brozovic.
Ronaldo comes short, 7 to 77. has come short, but I'm not sure he'll get it. Laporte. Up to the postmaster-in-chief, Brozovic. And Bade. Otavio floats one in there. Shade unlucky. Nice idea. Difficult skill, but we know he's capable of pulling it off Brozovic.
Again, I think an example of the similarities between the two players. I think they can fill in for each other. That's the type of ball Brozovic would probably execute. Otavio dropping deep, trying to be the orchestrator. Would have been an audacious cross or finish had he wrapped his right foot around it.
Some concern here for Norman. He was involved in that collision with his centre-back Gonzalez. If in doubt, get him off.
It's a big collision because he was just fully focused, eyes on the ball, just coming to take everything, wasn't he? Because he was anticipating it being an opposition player. Clattered into his teammate. Gesticulating towards his eyes. It's a thump, isn't it?
We're not going to judge the rights and wrongs of all that, but the time has come for a change. And it's going to walk off rather than hop onto the mobile stretcher. So he's going to have to fill in Norman's role just for the moment, alongside Al-Bishi in the middle of the field for Raed. Savannah's got a blow to the head there. Accidental by Al-Najami, unquestionably. Telles. Jami to Laporte. Ronaldo didn't really appeal for a free kick. Sun ball into the back of him. The ball did actually connect with Ronaldo's left wrist there. So on several counts, and you can choose which one, it's a free kick to the home side.
Yeah, I thought the decision was going to go against Sunball again there, who's been a little bit unfortunate with a few awards that have gone to the opposition. That's the way to play against Ronaldo, I think, and that's a sign of frustration, forcing them away from their goal, back to play, being aggressive, trying to get a foot in. That adds to the frustration that's grown in this first half as we approach half-time. Very few attempts on the goal. Quite subdued in attack.
Quite a riveting contest all the same, for a game of few chances. Raed hoping this evening to show that they could step up against one of the big four and put in a big performance to earn a big result. After a very difficult opening few weeks with Jovicevic, the new coach here. Hoping for from Marius Smudica on the back of a 10th place finish, and 10th as low as they've been in this run over recent years. Brozovic. So you're finding those pockets of space. Now it is a free kick, pretty much exactly where Ronaldo didn't get one. This time Mane has got one.
Now Yusuf's not going to be able to win that, especially Mane's cleverness, taking it on the back foot there. It's a really good, smart bit of control.
A bit too rapid, the restart.
Tellez whipping this towards the far post. We've seen a few lofted deliveries, Brozovic and him in conversation.
Again, he doesn't quite get that far, Sam, does it? And Laporte was in there as well this time. Got him going all around the houses. Eventually, he persuaded the referee, Roldan. Fouzer commits the foul.
He'll be delighted with the way they defended, but I think somewhat disappointed that they're not in front in this game. I think they've had the two best chances of the game, arguably. So how many more are they going to get? Because Al Nassr will improve, certainly.
Here goes Mane. Steadied himself before he delivered. Gonzalez stayed firm. Brozovic topped the shot a little bit.
It's not an easy chance, but again, real technical quality that he has in his armoury. You expect him, after the chest control, to be able to steer this onto the target. Yes, it's on the half volley, and he's being closed, but should do better and just add into that frustration.
Sundu brushed off it. And Nassr trying to finish the half strongly, trying to get Ronaldo into the areas where he does most of his damage, but not that time. Rosani. Well done, the referee just thought about that for a second, but he does give it to the home side.
A lovely ball into him, just fed down the line, encouraging him forward. And again, it was a bit ugly, a bit clumsy. Oh, it's a definite foul there. You can see the outstretched foot there. Kabari getting back in, I think. Wrong side. And that could be nasty. Caught him down the Achilles. Definite free kick. And another opportunity from the dead ball.
Into the international break on something of a high. He got his first ever league goal in the 5-1 drubbing of El Khazam, and he's been trying for a few years. That's more like the kind of thing that's earned him a career in the game. I'm not saying fouling people, but doing the defensive stuff in the middle of the field. Ronaldo and Sayoud are exchanging some pleasantries at the moment. Fouzer goes on. Well played, Laporte. Another little moment of encouragement for Al Raed, however.
One of those occasions, I think Tellez just has to come out and make that challenge there. Either makes a decision there, really. A little bit flimsy attempt to make the challenge on Fouzer, who skips past him, no problem at all.
Another reminder for Al Nassr, as Sam rightly says. Home side have had the clearer opportunities. Got it. It's a great take by him, but Moreira on his toes. Brozovic. Look a different proposition when they go into top gear earlier, don't they? Al Nassr, Sam, that's where they can really hurt this Al Raed backline, I think. Maybe now Mane. Yes, they do. Oh, what a strike. Sadio Mane. Al Nassr, against the run of play, have gone in front.
Yeah, they just got a little stretch, didn't they, for one of the first times, as you said. Paul in transition, a little bit more direct, and it means that you've got defenders running back towards their own goal, and you get a little disjointed. That said, what that man's just produced is absolutely beautiful, because I think once he sets himself, there's very little to hit there. I think we all know, everyone in the stadium probably can anticipate where he's going to try and direct the strike, but it's absolutely perfect. When he takes this touch, which is lovely, and then it has to go into that far corner. As you see, goalkeeper at full stretch, almost kisses the inside of the post. Not the truest strike he'll ever hit, but look at that, right inside the far corner, wonderful goal.
Goal number 5, 2 away to Al Fateh. A goal against Al Shabab, and the last one in the 5-1 last week, and here they go again. Could it all be falling apart inside 60 seconds here for Al Raed? And surely it's not Omar Gonzalez yet again in his career, surely not.
Yeah, mistake of all their own doing, if you like, Gonzalez. Yes, there's a tangle as Mane. I think he's recognised straight away that there's a contact.
Wahishi in an all kind of panic mode there.
Yeah, the initial contact outside, does it continue in? It probably does, doesn't it? Still got hold of him here. Oh, he goes down just on the outside. This will be interesting. Definitely be looked at. It's actually the outside of the area, maybe where the referee's placing the ball. Doesn't matter. Down to 10.
So the penalty of a different variety, as long as the red card stands. Of course, I don't know what you would do if the red card is rescinded, because it can't then surely be a free kick, can it? It's a difficult one for the referee, that, isn't it? I suppose it could be just given as a lesser offence than a straight red card, but it's a heavy tariff if Al-Wahishi is walking off here. And it looks like he is.
It's quite complimentary about the way they've tried to play at times, but just after conceding, calamitous way to ultimately give your side such an uphill battle now for what remains. Really bad individual mistake. Punished on by Mane, let's give him credit, he's just scored.
Absolutely. You said it 20 minutes ago, he'll come to life in a minute, and that's what's happened. He scored a great individual goal, and then he's right back at it immediately from the restart. Here comes Ronaldo. Oh, I thought that was going to burst the net, that one, did you?
I did, yeah. It probably needed that deflection, didn't it? Let's have a look. Is this on the target? It's a stinging effort. I think there you just have to go through the wall like he attempts, and oh, it's a whisker. Al-Nassr.
One of the big boys has suddenly shown its teeth here in a couple of minutes, and they're at them again now. They really sense it. Brozovic, it's another great win. Ronaldo tried to reverse it, actually given as a foul in the end, and Al Raed and Gonzalez breathe again.
Al-Nassr absolutely steamed into a challenge there. I was surprised that the referee didn't blow up initially, allowed the play to go on. Brozovic really close to being in. Nice little intricate ball around the corner, but able to deal with it on that occasion. It's the fine margins, isn't it? They've been superb for, what, 44, 45 minutes. And all of a sudden, well, comes crashing down. Really good display, defensively sound, posed the threat. It caused Al Nassr to get increasingly frustrated towards the interval.
But here's the thing, Sam, from Al Nassr's perspective, they've not played particularly well. They got a break, they took it, and they didn't rest on their laurels. They went about trying to get another one immediately, and were so very close to getting one.
Yeah, let's get it right. 9 times out of 10, if that opportunity happens at the other end, it's probably spurned one chance. Sadio Mane dispatches it, and that's going to be the difference in so many games this season. It is the hardest job in football, and Al Nassr are fortunate to have a few masters out there for them, as do some of the other sides in the Saudi Pro Division.
Goal kick and breathing space, but what they need is the half-time whistle here, Raed, and I think we might be a couple more minutes away from that. So the rethink already underway. Jovicevic perhaps will hope that he can get through unscathed until half-time and adjust accordingly. What a different story if they'd taken one of those chances at the other end earlier. Tavares and Sunbul in particular. So he'd snap it away at Otavio. Teles. Seven minutes and no more of additional time played. A captivating first half, transformed in the last few minutes of it. Sadio Mane with a special, brilliant effort, cutting in, and then, for a moment or two, panic stations it was for Raed. They lose a man, sent off, straight red card for Bandar Wahishi, and so close to Ronaldo.
Been there and I never wanna go back. I've been told that hope could be just my goal. Like I ain't got no time for these cold cats. A new roadmap, kick your old facts. They got no class. While I hold that, my heart grown black, so I close that. And with a smoke black, that's an old snap. They get broke stack, but with a hope back. And when my broke that, been a slow stack. Rap so deep, get a soul tap. I ain't catch no sleep, that's a throwback. I say no at, yo let me hold that. On the queen nine, they got no rap. And when I hold back, I get sold that. Same old code with no flash. I mean no light, I mean no light. The pain cut so deep and with no knife. Ain't got no touch to the road tight. Been a slow fight, but I know the right from wrong. When I see it, it's so nice. Wanna see me broke, but I won't oh spike. Giving all that lifting with no bite. I said lift that grip, it's just so right.
Trying to learn and relearn things. I'm done getting trapped up in the same game. Moving up no matter what they may say. Trying to lead the way, trying to see right.
Just talk me through it, because he's short.
Learn and relearn things. Time getting wrapped up in the same game. Moving up no matter what they may say. Trying to lead the way, trying to be great.
Yeah, crippling self-doubt got me feeling the feeling of left out. Still moving through life with my chest out. Chin up to the sky, let it back down. Gotta show kids that's how I get down. I got people complaining with no clout. I got heathens relating like oh wow. Try to be loved but don't know how. Ripping the mic till they bow down. Too many cats at the bounds now. I got sound chicken six, gotta bounce now. Living my dreams, say it out loud. From the north of the way to the down south. So sick and tired of these loud mouths. They talk all that trash till they found out. It's like tryna start with a clean slate, tryna show that I'll be great. Well, I know how to act when I meet fate. Will life give me some more for this bleak taste? Get up out of my face, I said please thanks. I get grumpy till I hit my cheat day. I get grumpy a lot these days, so give me some space so for peace sake. Yeah, tryna find grace while I see fate. Tryna heal wounds through the dreamscape. All of this hate that I must fake. Know it's all coming from a weak place. They want that chase, but I don't need that. The art I create, it's a keepsake. And when I accept, it's on a break, and then I escape.
Trying to unlearn and relearn things. I'm done getting trapped up in the same game. Moving up no matter what they may say. Trying to lead the way, trying to see great. Trying to unlearn and relearn things. Done getting wrapped up in the same game. Moving up no matter what they may say.
on the ring. So,
Yeah, been there and I never wanna go back. I've been told that hope could be just what my goal lack. I ain't got no time for these cold cats. A new roadmap, kick the old facts. They got no class. While I hold back, my heart grown black, so I close that. And with a smoke black, that's a old snap. They get broke stack, but where the hope back? And where my growth at? Been a slow stack. Rap so weak, get a soul tap. I ain't catch no sleep, that's a dope